The Simpsons isn't just a cartoon. It's a cultural cornerstone. For more than 3 decades, it has dominated our screens, defining animated television and influencing comedy and social commentary across the world. As the longest-running American sitcom, animated series, and primetime scripted show, The Simpsons has become far more than just entertainment. It's a reflection of society, a parody of everyday life, and somehow a predictor of the future? From the misadventures of Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie to the oddball residents of Springfield, The Simpsons blends absurdity with insight, satire with sincerity. But over the years, something curious has emerged from this brilliant chaos. A strange knack for predicting events before they happen. Whether by coincidence, educated guesswork, or something more mysterious, the writers of The Simpsons have repeatedly scripted moments that eerily came true, sometimes years later. Let's dive into 10 of the most jaw-dropping times The Simpsons predicted the future. 1. FaceTime and video calling. Lisa's Wedding, Season 6, Episode 19. Way back in 1995, long before the iPhone was even a concept, The Simpsons gave us a glimpse into the future. In the episode Lisa's Wedding, we jump forward to the year 2010, where Lisa is a grown woman preparing to get married. The episode showcases futuristic gadgets, many of which were beyond what we had at the time, but one prediction stood out: video calls. During a scene with Lisa talking to her mother via screen, the concept of video chatting was presented as everyday communication. Flash forward to 2010, and what did Apple introduce? FaceTime, a feature that made video calls mainstream. While sci-fi had explored video phones for decades, The Simpsons nailed the timing and casual integration into daily life. Was Steve Jobs a fan? We may never know. 2. Disney buys Fox. When You Wish Upon a Star, Season 10, Episode 5. In this 1998 episode, Homer ends up befriending Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger, helping them avoid the media spotlight in a secluded Springfield hideaway. But the real twist comes near the end. We see a sign outside 20th Century Fox Studios that says, "A division of Walt Disney Company." At the time, it was a throwaway joke, one entertainment giant owning another, too absurd to be real. But in 2017, Disney actually acquired 21st Century Fox for a staggering $52.4 billion. What was once satire became fact. The Simpsons once again turned fiction into reality, and did it almost 20 years in advance. 3. President Trump, Bart, to the Future, Season 11, Episode 17. Perhaps one of the most chilling predictions came in the year 2000. In Bart to the Future, we jump ahead to a future where Bart is a washed-up musician, and his sister Lisa is the newly elected president of the United States. In a meeting with her staff, she casually mentions, "We inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump." At the time, Donald Trump was mostly known as a business tycoon and TV personality. He had made an earlier attempt to run for office, but few took it seriously. 16 years later, in 2016, he shocked the world by winning the U.S. presidency. Whether it was satire or prophecy, The Simpsons saw it coming. 4. FIFA scandal and Germany's win. You don't have to live like a referee. Season 25, Episode 16. This 2014 episode follows Homer after he's recruited by FIFA to referee the World Cup in Brazil, all thanks to a heartfelt speech by Lisa. But soon, Homer is offered a bribe by gangsters trying to fix the outcome. Despite the pressure, Homer ultimately does the right thing. The episode predicted 2 major real-life events. First, Germany defeated Brazil in the 2014 World Cup, just as shown in the episode. Second, a massive corruption scandal rocked FIFA not long after the episode aired. Real-life arrests, bribery charges, and global investigations into racketeering all unfolded just as The Simpsons imagined. 5. Team USA beats Sweden in curling. Boy meets Curl, Season 21, Episode 12. In this hilarious 2010 episode, Homer and Marge unexpectedly discover a shared talent for curling and end up representing the U.S. in the Winter Olympics. Their ragtag team ultimately beats Sweden and brings home the gold. Fast forward to the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, and guess what? The U.S. men's curling team defeated Sweden to win the gold medal, an underdog victory that matched the cartoon almost exactly. Coincidence? Maybe, but it's another checkmark on the Simpsons scoreboard of future predictions. 6. The Higgs boson particle. The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace, Season 10, Episode 2. In a more science-heavy prediction, Homer becomes obsessed with Thomas Edison and decides to become an inventor himself. In a memorable scene, he scribbles a complex equation on a chalkboard, something most viewers probably ignored. Years later, physicists were shocked to discover that Homer's equation closely resembles a formula for calculating the mass of the Higgs boson particle, also known as a God particle. The subatomic particle was officially discovered in 2012, more than a decade after the episode aired. Considering that several of the Simpsons writers hold advanced degrees in math and science, maybe this one was less psychic and more genius. 7. Baby translator device. Brother, can you spare 2 dimes? Season 3, Episode 24. In this early 1992 episode, Homer's half-brother Herb returns with a bold idea, a machine that translates baby talk into actual speech. Herb recruits Homer to help fund the invention, and the device turns out to be a major success in the world of The Simpsons. Decades later, technology caught up. Today, several baby translation apps exist, including Cry Translator and Baby Cry Analyzer. These apps analyze the pitch and tone of an infant's cries to determine if they're hungry, tired, or in discomfort, exactly what Herb envisioned all those years ago. 8. Nobel Prize winner prediction. Elementary School Musical, Season 22, Episode 1. In this episode, Lisa and her classmates stay up late to watch the Nobel Prize announcements, hoping their predictions will come true. On Milhouse's list of likely winners is Professor Bengt Holmstrom from MIT. In a twist that took 6 years come full circle, Holmstrom actually did win the Nobel Prize in 2016 for his work in economics, exactly as Milhouse predicted. Did the Simpsons writers do some deep research? Probably, but that doesn't make it any less impressive. 9. Three-eyed fish. 2 cars in every garage and 3 eyes on every fish. Season 2, Episode 4. This 1990 episode saw Bart catch a bizarre, 3-eyed fish named Blinky near the Springfield nuclear power plant. The fish becomes a symbol of the environmental dangers posed by the plant, especially when Mr. Burns tries to spin it as harmless. Fast forward to 2011, when a real-life 3-eyed wolffish was discovered in a reservoir in Argentina, right next to a nuclear power facility. Life, once again, imitated art in a strangely specific way. The find sparked renewed concern over environmental safety, just as it did in The Simpsons. 10. Smartwatches. Lisa's Wedding, Season 6, Episode 19. Yes, this episode predicted another piece of tech that would become mainstream decades later. In addition to video calls, Lisa's Wedding features her fiancé speaking into what appears to be a smartwatch. At the time, it seemed like pure science fiction, wearable tech that functions like a phone or communicator.